ache.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of MLB The Show 18 Franchise Mode Chicago White Sox. We're going to pick up today on May 5th against the Minnesota Twins. We're going to have Ronaldo Lopez out on the mound against Ervin Santana. As it currently stands, we're still in first place in the AL Central in the beginning of May. A lot better than we probably thought we were going to be doing. 18-15 is not the greatest record. As you can see, the Cleveland Indians are struggling. They're 16-16. The Twins, who we're playing today, are only 12-20. So it's not what we were expecting the AL Central to look like. Before we start, we'll go ahead and look at the rosters. We'll look at the pitching rotation and see how everybody is doing. So Tim Anderson is batting .287, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, a solid start to the season. Yoan Moncada is struggling. He's batting $1.93. He's got a lot of home runs and RBIs for what you would want him to have. So Jose Abreu batting .256, pretty good. Garcia's batting average is down. Delmonico is having a strong season, batting .283. Matt Davidson is batting .271, which is good. Welling Castillo is batting .308. No home runs yet, but the average is way up there. Lipscomb, the rookie, batting .303, which is solid. And Adam Engel batting .225. He's more of a defensive player. Saladino on the bench is batting .295. Lori Garcia .281. And Yolmer Sanchez is batting .217. Kevin Smith right now is out for a couple days with a injury, so that's why he is not present. But replacing Adam Engel with Lori Garcia is an option to do against left-handed batters. So that is something that we will look at. Let's go to pitching. Our stud, Lucas Giolito, .272 ERA, 49 strikeouts, and 49 2/3 innings pitched, a 6-1 record. Very solid to start the season. Carlos Rodon, our number 2, with a .280 ERA, 52 strikeouts, 45 innings, a perfect 3-0. Miguel Gonzalez, our third spot, ERA's up there. His strikeouts aren't up there. His win-loss count is not looking too great. Ronaldo Lopez, who is our starting pitcher today, only 13 strikeouts and 31 2/3 innings, so that's not what we want to see. His ERA is okay, could be better. And Dane Dunning, the surprising addition out of spring training, is a .347 ERA, 41 strikeouts and 36 innings, a 3-1 record. Very, very solid. You go to the bullpen. Rob Shahill is a .415 ERA, 13 strikeouts and 13 innings pitched. Not too bad. Michael Yanoa, a lot of innings pitched so far. ERA is way up there. Joakim Soria, ERA again, way up there. Gregor Infante, a perfect 12 innings pitched, perfect 12 strikeouts, no runs against. Xavier Cedeno, another great member of the bullpen, a sub-1 ERA, 19 strikeouts, 14 innings pitched, fantastic. Luis Avalon, 8 innings pitched, a great ERA, and our closer Nate Jones with a .169 ERA, so very solid. Besides for these first two, and kind of Soria, bullpen and starting rotation are looking solid. We'll see where we get when we get down to the All-Star game, which is in the middle of July, and then the trading deadline, which is a couple weeks afterwards, that right here. So we will go ahead and start this next game against the Minnesota Twins. Ervin Santana versus Ronaldo Lopez. Welcome, everybody. It is the Minnesota Twins versus the Chicago White Sox here at Guaranteed Rate Field. We're out with the alternate jerseys here, one of my favorites. It's a rainy day as Ronaldo Lopez takes the mound. Looking forward to it. Hopefully he can have his control there. He's got more walks than he does strikeouts, as we're about to see. He's got 14 walks versus 13 strikeouts in 31 2/3 innings. He's given up 31 hits. His ERA is middle 4. We want to bring that down. Hopefully he can have a solid outing here today as it's raining. And as always, we will show you the very first pitch and the very last pitch of the game, including the highlights. So we got Brian Buxton up, a big speed threat. Do not want him on base. And the first pitch of the game. And the first pitch is going to be first out, as Matt Davidson is actually playing first base today, giving Jose Abreu a little time off, playing DH. And that is the first out of the game. As we take a quick look at the Minnesota Twins starting lineup, not too bad. They got a couple guys batting in the 100s, Max Kepler and Escobar, but otherwise they have a pretty solid lineup, so we should be looking out for that today. So we're getting reports that Lopez has an injury. His hands on his back, trying to work through some stiffness. The trainer believes that the injury is such that a few days rest will make him as good as new. However, Lopez will need to be removed from the game. So it is only the top of the third inning. He's only pitched a 2 1/3 inning. So this is not good news for Lopez and the game itself. So we're going to have to bring in, our long reliever, is not great on his stamina, but he's going to have to be the guy to come in. Hopefully gets 2 innings through. His ERA is up there. His strikeouts are pretty good, but his average against left-handed batters is atrocious. So hopefully he can get us through 2 innings, maybe a third, depending on how efficient he is. But we'll have to see how he does. So as Jason Castro steps in to the plate, he's not fully warm yet, so what he's going to do, we're going to throw a pitch. Hopefully he doesn't hit it. Hopefully it's a strike, and then we'll do a mound visit. So he's going to throw a fastball in, hopefully for a strike. Well, we'll take it. As strike 1 here in the top of the third inning, we have a 1-0 lead. So now we're going to go to bullpen. Oh, not bullpen. Bullpen mound visit. There we go. So Rick Renteria is just going to let him know, hey, take some time, get yourself ready. And he's going to come on back into the game. And we're going to try him out. We're going to throw a curveball. We'll see how his curveball is. We'll see how his command is. Not bad. And the Twins are down to their final out as the White Sox have a 2-0 lead. Nate Jones in to save the game. The bullpen had picked up the game after Ronaldo Lopez had his injury. Michael Yanoa pitched 2 innings, had a couple walks, had some control issues, but the bullpen picked him up. And there you go, strike 2. Because I think Nate Jones is going to wipe him away with a slider. Oh, and he gets a little piece of it. White Sox looking to put it away. And they do, with Nate Jones with the final strikeout of the night. He gets 2 strikeouts in the 9th inning to record the win for the Chicago White Sox, who beat their division rival, the Minnesota Twins. It is a 2-0 final victory, as Ronaldo Lopez will actually get the win out of it, since the White Sox had a lead when he left the game. So I'm sure he's excited about that his team was able to pick him up, as they had one more game until they get a day off. It was a rainy day, but the rain actually subsided about the 4th, 5th inning. As you can see there, the final score. Actually, Michael Yanoa got the final win. I apologize. 2-7-0 for the White Sox. 3-0 for the Minnesota Twins. As we look at the highlight reel, bottom of the 2nd, Tyler Saladino lined off the top of Joe Mauer's mitt and got a RBI out of it. They ended up throwing out the runner at 3rd as they got him in a pickle. As you can see, Sano faking out Davidson. White Sox actually had some sloppy base running as they got into a couple pickles tonight, 2 of them to be exact actually. But as you can see, Matt Davidson getting a double, hooking, just staying fair, getting an RBI out of it, making the score 2-0, and that is all the run support the Chicago White Sox would need. And as you can see, Nate Jones closing out the game, getting the victory, chasing a fastball, a 2-0 victory for the Chicago White Sox. As you can see, Matt Davidson was the player of the game, going 3 for 3 with a 2-bagger and a ribby. And so with the injury to Ronaldo Lopez, who should be out about a week, Carson Fulmer gets the call-up from AAA. He got healthy, and he's back. He's ready to pitch. He's probably going to get a game, a single game of play. And that should do it. And this is going to do it for the episode, guys. But the next episode, we are going to be playing at Wrigley Field against the Chicago Cubs. And we could actually probably pitch with Carson Fulmer. Against, I don't know who we're going to be pitching against. But we're going to be at Wrigley Field. Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs baseball. Doesn't get much better than that. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we will see you next episode.